Hello and welcome to Cracking the Cryptic on the 16th of April. That would have been my parents' anniversary, had they lived to see the day. Today I'm going to be doing a puzzle by A Majestic Hobo, who we featured as a debut about 3 weeks ago, I think, and they've sent another puzzle, and we liked the last one, so I'm going to give this a try. It is called Polarity. That's not the same as parity. I'm just reminding myself. Anyway, I'll have a look at that in a minute. I do want to mention Simon's extraordinary solve of Fistomafel's Touching Slitherlink Take Me Home puzzle on Patreon, which is a bizarre mix of Touching Slitherlink, a genre I barely know, and Country Road, a genre I've come across, and I can't say more than that. So that is available on Patreon. It's really interesting. It culminates in Simon deciding the puzzle is an April Fool with good reason after an hour's solving, or more. It's phenomenal. Also on Patreon, you can still enter 3 times a Sudoku. So you've got up to the 20th to enter that if you're a Patreon, or to join Patreon and give the 3 puzzles a go and enter it if you're not. Harder than the last couple of months, but popular, so that's good. And loads of stuff going on, as always, on the channel, on Patreon, on Discord. There's our apps, there's SUDOKU PAD, everything connected with the channel, all available on the links under the video. But the first one is to this puzzle called Polarity by A Majestic Hobo. Normal Sudoku rules apply. White dots join consecutive digits, so those two must be consecutive. Black dots join digits with a ratio of 1 to 2, so you could have 3 and 6 there. Not all dots are given. Adjacent digits along a green or purple line must differ by at least 5. So despite the colours, all of these lines are what we call German whisper lines. Difference of at least 5 between every 2 connected digits along it. Lines of the same colour, this is why they're different colours. Lines of the same colour share the same amount of digits, greater and less than 5. Lines of different colours do not. Okay, well, I think we can understand those rules. It's a twist on German whispers. I don't really know what it's going to mean for the puzzle, but I am very much prepared to give it a go. Do give it a try on the link under the video. I'm sure you can judge from the video length how hard this one is. I'm going to start now. Let's get cracking. And one of the things I know about German whisper lines is that you can't put a 5 on them. And that's because if you had a 5 on a German whisper line, it would connect to another cell that would have to be 5 away from 5, making it 0 or less, or 10 or more, and those are not Sudoku digits. So where would you put a 5 in row 5, column 5, or box 5? Only in this cell, which is row 5, column 5. That must be the 5. Now, the next thing I know about German whisper lines is that 4s and 6s are the next hardest digits to place. I mean, 5's impossible, but 4s and 6s are harder. For instance, all of these cells can't contain 4 or 6, and that's because the digit next to a 4 on a German whisper line has to be a 9, because that's the only Sudoku digit that's 5 away. And if, for instance, this was a 4, that would mean you'd have to have 9s in both those cells, which would see each other and break the rules. So none of those can be 4s. And I am concentrating on 4s rather than 6s now because of these 2 given 4s. Yes, look. This can't be a 4 because of the bottom 4. Those can't be 4s because of the top 4. So 4 in this box is in one of those 2. 4 in the central box is on one of the corners of the purple German whisper lines. Ah, yeah, and 4, wherever it appears here, 4 must have 9s next to it in both positions on the line. And since you can't put a 9 here, then there's no way that can be 4, because there'd be no digit that can fill that cell. So we'll take out the pencil mark. This must be where 4 is in the central box. And now we can fill in its touching digits. They must be 9s. It doesn't mean this is a 6. Oh, look at 9s. There's 4 9s looking into box 2. There's that one, and that one. If you get 4 9s looking into any Sudoku box, you can place the remaining one in that box. So we put 9 there, that's on a white dot, so we get the 8. Right, and let's use this German whisper stuff. These are high digits. I'm going to colour them. These must be low digits, touching the high digits. That must be high again. Now this one has to be 6 or 8, because it sees 9 and 7, and it has to be over 5. I don't know, too high and too low there. Oh, it's the rule, isn't it? The rule about lines of the same colour share the same amount of digits greater and less than 5. I see what that means now. Each of these lines is 5 cells long. And given this alternation process that always applies on a German whisper line, higher than 5, lower than 5, higher than 5, lower than 5, these must have 3 or 2 high digits on. But the rule is saying that the purple ones have 3 high digits on, and the green ones don't, so they must have 2 high digits on. And now we have populated with polarity, if that's what it is, the high and low digits. So I'm using blue for low. That is a 1 or a 3. No, it's not. It's not a 1 because of the white dot. That would make this a 2, and we know it can't be a 2. So that's a 3. That can't be next to 6, so this is an 8. These 2 high digits are 6 and 7. What goes between 6 and 7? Well, it's got to be 1 because it has to be 5 away from 6. So we can put a 2 there. Now 2 can't go next to 6. 1's on a white dot, so that gets a 2 next to it. And the rest of that box is a 3 5 pair. This is touching the 3, can't be a 2, that's got to be 4. This pair, oh no, look, 7s. We can place 7 in this box. Right on the white dot, can't be next to 8, must be next to 6. The other cells are a 1 5 pair. This is high, and it's not 9 or 8. Ah, it's also not 6, because that's only 4 away from 2. So we can put 7 in. Then we've got a 1 3 pair on the blues, a 6 8 pair on the oranges in box 5. Now, whichever is the 6 is surrounded by 1s. Oh, these are a 7 9 pair. What about the dots they're on? They must be connected to, they're both odds, they must be connected to an even digit, 6 or 8, which from the black dot is going to give 3 or 4. Now this one has to be 3 because there's a 4 in the box. So we've done that. So this is the 9, that's an 8, and this is 4. So I was wondering whether they were going to have to be different, and they are by virtue of these being different. Now we've got 1, yes, 1 and 2 must surround the 7. Because 3 and 4 are too close. So we've got 3 and 4 over here. That can't be next to 6 in either incarnation of 3 or 4. So that's an 8. That's a 6, which has to be next to 1 on the line. Oh, an 8 can't be next to 4. So I think all our lines are done. That's all the German whisper lines completed. I'm going to remove this high-low colouring because it's served its purpose. Right, let's do some Sudoku now. We've got a 3 8 pair in there, then 4 5 and 9 here. That's a naked 5 because it sees 4 and 9 in the column. This can't be a 9 on the black dot, so that's a 4 next to 2 or 8 by virtue of the ratio of 2 to 1, so it's got to be a 2, and this can't be a 4 because of that 4, so it's a 1. Now what about this black dot? 2, 5 or 7. Well, actually 5 has to go there because of the 2 and 7. That's a naked 5 to match that one. Then we can't put 7 on the black dot, so we put 2 on it, connecting to a 1 or a 4, which in turn connect to a 2 or an 8, but it can't be 8. So that's a 2, and that hasn't resolved whether this is a 1 or a 4. But we've done, apart from that, have we done all the Kropke dots? We've done all the black and white dots. And we've done all the German whisper lines. So the rest is classic Sudoku, rather astonishingly. We can put a 2 in this box, a 9 in the column, 5 8 pair at the top. One of those is a 5, 4, 8, 9, 2, 7. This is a 4 actually, because we've got 4 4s looking into box 9. So that's a 4. That's finished all the dots completely without actually giving me anything else. 4, 9, 2, 8, 7. This is naked. That has to be a 3. It sees a 5 8 pair in the box along with 9 1 2. In the row it sees 6 and 4, and in the column it sees 7. So that's a 3, and that's fixing all of the rest of columns 4 and 6. Actually, I think they could have been done anyway since we got that 1 and 3. I just hadn't noticed. So now we get 8 5 done there. This is a 1 7 pair. We can fill them in. What have we got in this row? 6 and 5 to go in. This is 7 and 4. I think we're just finishing off now. This puzzle hasn't proved as hard as a Majestic Hobo's other puzzle, I have to say. Obviously, there's still a chance I could run into one problem, but... and here we are. I seem to have 2 5s in this column, and I've gone hideously wrong. Right. Now, when did that happen? At this point, I've got nowhere for a 5, so I'm still wrong there. What on earth have I done here? Oh, I know what I've done. It's in column 2. I've put 2 9s in. This is a naked single 5. This is better. I'm sorry. I don't know what I did to come up with placing a 9 in this column. I hope it was just a typo. But this is a naked single 5. Let's try this again. It sees 19763 in the row, 428. Sorry, 19763 in the column, 428 in the row. So this is a different arrangement. 5, yes. Now I don't have to put a 5 in the ends of this. It's 3 and 6. Let's have a look up this column again. It's much more straightforward than I found it before when I was getting it wrong. 9 in box 9 is there, so we put a 9 in here. We can do 6 and 3, 1 and 6. Sorry about the error. That's me saying the puzzle was easier than last time, and it bit me in the backside straight away. Well deserved, you will say. 6, 8, 5. That's the top 6 rows done now. 1 and 8 down here. Do forgive my nasal voice. I've got a cold. 5 there, 8 there, 1 and 8, and a 1 4 pair. So this is a 4, and that's a 1. And there we go. We are done. So not a difficult puzzle, I think, today, and certainly not quite as difficult as I made it with the error. I don't know what I did to put a 9 in one of those positions. Very silly. But there we go. That is a Majestic Hobo's Polarity. Nice puzzle for today. Hope to see you again on the channel tomorrow. Bye for now.